The news cycles these days are crowded with one scandal after another. Meanwhile, an important piece of legislation that affects your digital privacy was signed into law, and you may not have even heard about it. It's called the Cloud Act, or Clarifying Lawful Overseas Use of Data. It was introduced by Senator Orrin Hatch, but rather than face open debate, it was slipped into the federal budget, despite the fact that the act has no relation to budgetary spending. The federal budget was passed on March 23, 2018, and the Cloud Act along with it. It's a policy on law enforcement and foreign affairs. Here are some pros and cons on how it can affect you. The Cloud Act provides a legal framework for U.S. and foreign governments to act upon criminal investigations quickly while information is still relevant to the case. Companies won't be able to hide data that is stored on cloud servers overseas. The Act protects privacy by stating that agreements can only be established with countries that protect privacy and other human rights, and by subjugating the executive branch's agreements to congressional review. No agreement shall pass into effect until Congress has had 180 days to review it and determine whether to reject it. This provides an opportunity for policy groups, human rights advocates, and others to object if they see a reason to do so. The Act states that these agreements can't require tech companies to have to decrypt data or have a backdoor to your device. The President has the power to enter into these agreements without any legislation, warrant, or treaty, and they don't require congressional review. While Congress does have 180 days to reject it, the agreement will pass into effect if Congress chooses not to address it. Through the Cloud Act, U.S. law enforcement officials at any level, from local police to federal agents, can force tech companies to turn over user data regardless of where that data is stored. The Electronic Frontier Foundation explains the Act enables police to collect people's communications from U.S. companies without obtaining a U.S. warrant, allows foreign nations to demand personal data stored in the United States without prior review by a judge, and allows foreign police to collect someone's data without notifying them. What's most alarming is that the Cloud Act was never reviewed in open debate. Senator Rand Paul tweeted that with the Cloud Act, Congress gives up their constitutional role and gives far too much power to the Attorney General, Secretary of State, the President, and foreign governments. But guess what? Congress can't vote to reject the Cloud Act because it just got stuck onto the omnibus. For now, it seems lawmakers have decided that citizens' safety is more important than claims to digital privacy. Do you think this is an acceptable trade-off? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and let us know in the comments.